AFCRDTV, and here at Hayden Road, it finishes AFC Rushden Diamonds 0, Gresley Rovers 3. I'm with assistant manager Tom Lorraine, and Shanks really 3-0 flattered Gresley Rovers.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, if you look at the game as a whole, yes, it did flatter them, but the scoreline's what matters, isn't it? We're in a position where we have to get points. We have to score more goals than the opposition. It's as simple as that, and we haven't done that today.
Sadly, it got off to a rough start with Gresley scoring by John King in only the 7th minute. That's the last thing Diamonds wanted to happen today.
And it's happened far too often. It's happened far too often. We say every single game, keep it tight, first 10, push them on the back foot, work your way into the game, make the opportunity to be able to play, and it's happening far too often. It's far too easy. We're far too easy we can see goals far too easily, full stop. But the first 5 or 10 minutes, we're just letting ourselves down, and then we're playing with having to chase a game for 80 minutes every week. It's just not good enough. We can't do that. We can't play like that.
For the first 45 minutes, though, of the first half, I believe that was Gresley's only shot on goal there, when they did score in the 7th minute. And I thought Diamonds really outplayed Gresley, especially in the first half.
I think if you look at both halves, we've outplayed them. But again, I'll repeat myself. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if we play nice, pretty football. And we do. We keep the ball very well. If you have possession stats or territory stats or whatever it is in this game, we'd be well on top in all aspects of the game.
Possession time,
exactly,
everything.
Apart from the scoreline. And at the end of the day, none of that matters. It's complete nonsense. The only thing that matters is the scoreline. And we can't keep losing games. We need to learn that playing pretty football doesn't win matches. Scoring goals and not conceding them does.
Well, it's obviously very frustrating for all of us Diamond supporters, but I'm sure even more so for players and coaches, that you managers for the team. But in the first half, what did you feel was the key? That the final third, fine margins and all of that stuff.
Yeah, it's those cliches, isn't it? It's their first goal has ricocheted off the centre forward's forehead and bounced to their winger, and things like that go against you when you're down there. I understand all that, but we got in good areas. We got the ball out wide and we got into good areas, and we created in that sense quite well. But the final ball, the final pass into the box, the final cross, the ball into Luke playing his first game today. That just wasn't good enough. It wasn't there. We're playing well until we get into that final third. Maybe not even the final third. Maybe until we get into the box.
Sure.
And then we're not creative enough. And we've made it clear to the lads that isn't good enough. That at times a lot of the time we're overcomplicating the play. Simplify, put the ball into the box. It's the simple, straightforward aspects that win you games. And
sure.
That's what we're not doing.
As you've done 100 times, I believe, for Diamonds, put the ball in the net. Miguel Ngwa playing his second game now back with Diamonds. Do you feel his fitness is now back to where it should be?
Yeah, the reason Miguel only played 45 minutes against Corby was because he was struggling with his fitness. He hasn't played a lot of football, and he was quite tired come half time, so that's why we took him off last week. And we got another 15 to 20 minutes into him today on top of that first half. So that was a good aspect.
He's showing great pace, and hopefully he'll bang in some goals for us shortly.
Well, hopefully, like I said, and the wingers especially, but all over the pitch, we need to concentrate on creating. We need to concentrate on getting the ball in the box, in between the goalposts. That's where we score the goals. That's what we haven't done well enough.
And you brought in a new striker now for the team. You just mentioned Luke Emery. Hopefully we anticipate a few goals from Luke.
Yeah, I hope so. He's a good, strong player. Luke's been around the local area for a long time and knows his football. He's got good experience. So I think he'll be a real asset to the team. And probably a focal point as a centre forward is something that we've missed. Being able to play up and for the centre forward to hold the ball and then get bodies around, I think is something that we haven't been able to do recently. So that gives us another option, another aspect to be able to attack.
Oh, definitely. And we welcome back Ben Garwood back to the team from down under. He's hopefully going to start in the next match or two for Diamonds.
Yeah, well, he's obviously been away over Christmas in Australia, so we'll have to see what his sort of fitness levels are like. He was here today, obviously wasn't included because he only came back overnight, I think. But yeah, we'll see where Ben's at with his comeback.
All right. Well, thanks, Shanks, for a tough loss, though. But hopefully we go again next game.
We will. We'll keep positive. We'll carry on, and we appreciate the support from everybody that we're receiving, and we'll do better. The lads know that the standard's not been good enough. Everybody in that changing room, nobody's burying their head in the sand and thinking that it's okay. It's not. We don't accept loss. We won't accept loss at any point. And we'll continue to work hard and do our best to improve.
Well, cheers. Come on, you Diamonds.
Thank you.
Miguel, it's obviously a very tough result to take for us all. What was it like from a player's point of view?
I think it was just a matter of not being good in both boxes. We had good opportunities in the final third, and we didn't quite take them, and then we got punished for the ones that we didn't defend properly in our own final third. So yeah, it's a bitter one to swallow. But to be fair, I think from this being my second game, I've seen a few things that we can take positives from. Definitely, I think we worked the ball into the wide areas. I had quite a few touches on the ball in the second half, especially. So yeah, there's a few positives to take from it, but there's a bit one to swallow.
Similarly to Corby, the first goal was always going to be key in a game like this. How disappointing was it to concede it so early doors?
To be honest, it kind of felt like it was against the runner play a little bit. I think we started the game well, we on the more opposing side, but then that first goal, as you said, is always key in games like this because obviously the surface plays a massive part, and just as the ground it starts to tear up a bit more, and it becomes harder and harder to create. And yeah, so yeah, it was a tough one.
And from your own perspective, you've not played a lot of football this season. Is that why you've been sort of having cameos here and there, and we've had to manage your minutes?
Yeah, my last 90 was actually the game against Ives last year. So that's the last time I played 90 minutes. So it's just about building my minutes up again. Obviously, last game I had to come off at half time because I found I was getting tired. So yeah, it's just a case of building up my match fitness. So that's the only thing. So yeah,
we've had a couple of red cards to deal with as well. What did you make of those decisions in particular?
To be honest, I didn't really see. I was off the pitch at I think for both of them actually. I'd just been subbed off, so I didn't really see it. But by the sounds of it, it just sounded like a matter of just need to be a bit more disciplined. Really, that's it. Both second yellows, so I think that's just the thing about discipline. So yeah.
And we've got two games coming up next week: Northampton Town in the Hydia Cup, of course, your old club, and then we travel to Bedworth on the Saturday. How important is it now that we pick ourselves up and go again and try and get 3 points, especially for that Bedworth game?
Yeah, I think it's important that we just try to get a bit of a run and a bit of form together going into them games, because that just get a bit of momentum going into them games. Yeah, just see what happens. Take each game by game, and then hopefully we're in a good place come that game against Bedworth.
Thanks for your time, Miguel.
No problem, thank you.